Howdy, I'm Tandy. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Pioneer. Today's deck we're going to be using mono white humans, and we're going to be running it through a league to see just how good this deck is. I've played it before. I've tried out variations of this deck multiple times before, but this build looks pretty clean, and I thought that it would maybe be the best build of the best aggro deck in the format. To go over the deck real quick before we get started, we have 12 1-drops. We have Dauntless Bodyguard. This is used to help protect our other important creatures. We have 4 Hopeful Initiates that get big when they attack with other creatures, and they have the added benefit of being able to blow up random artifacts, enchantments like Fable the Mirror Breaker and such. And then we have 4 Recruitment Officer, which has replaced Soldier of the Pantheon and other 1-drops that are similar. The ability is pretty solid. Mostly, though, it's a 1 mana 2/1 is the big deal. Our 2-drops are all humans. Luminarch Aspirant puts counters on things, highly aggressive. If left unchecked, it's very, very backbreaking. Thalia, Garden of Thraben, a nice tempo minion that allows you to kind of play your game as normal while it forces your opponent to pay 1 extra mana for stuff. And then Thalia's Lieutenant, which buffs all your creatures +1/+1, and then gets bigger as you play other stuff. These work really well with all the 1-drops. Your ideal starts usually is 1-drop on 1, 2 1-drops on 2, and then Thalia's Lieutenant on 3. Brutal Cathar is a 3-drop interactive piece. Exiles a creature until it leaves play. When it transforms and then transforms back, it gets to eat something else. The backside isn't a human, which is important to note, but it does have ward, so it's a little harder to kill. Adeline is maybe the best aggressive creature printed in the last few years. I haven't seen too many things that stand up to this as far as like output versus investment. This card is crazy. This card is extremely good. Even though Thalia and Adeline are legends, we are playing 4 of both. It's pretty clear that they're the best cards in the deck. And just because they're legendary doesn't mean we shouldn't be playing 4. And then last but not least, we have 1 Skyclave Apparition. And we're playing this as 1 more copy of Brutal Cathar, kinda. We have 2 more in the sideboard, which come in when we want to be more interactive against other creature decks. We have 4 copies of Wedding Announcement to help out against Rakdos and other control and grindy matchups. Tomic is actually double duty here, triple duty really. It's good against Lotus Field, so they can't untap Lotus Field. It's good against Chain to the Rocks decks, and it's also good against Mono Green because they can't untap Nykthos. 2 Rest in Peace for Phoenix and other graveyard decks. 2 Destroy Evil for, just read the card. It does the things it does. Deck and Stone. These with Destroy Evil are our removal spells along with Portable Hole. We kind of have 6 removal spells to spread out across multiple matchups as well as the 2 Skyclave Apparition. The trick is you don't want to side out too many creatures most of the time. The creatures we side out the most, I think, are going to be Luminarch Aspirant or Brutal Cathar, depending on the matchup. If they're creature heavy, Luminarch Aspirant's worse. If they're creature heavy, Brutal Cathar's better, right? But if they have no creatures, we can cut Brutal for other things. Brave the Elements is another card that can come out. If your opponent is ignoring you with mono green, maybe this is worth cutting, but it is a great way to break through board stalls. So side this out at your own risk. Overall, though, I think this deck's great. Looking forward to playing with it some. Let's play League. Keep. Put a mulligan to 6. Oh, they're here, though. They're playing fast. That's good. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh, and then we get to play against mono green. I think this is usually a pretty decent matchup. Jaeger, I'm gonna need you to relax, man. The old turn 1 elf is always scary when you're on the draw and you don't have a removal spell. People act like they've never played against a turn 2 old growth troll before, you know? Alright, I need you to relax over there, bro. Alright, so now my goal is to just get in damage and build my board big enough so that Brave the Elements will kill. We'll play Thalia, slow them down a little. We miss on 1 damage, but that's okay. They only have 4 right now, so if they don't have another mana source, they can't Cavalier, but of course they have the Cav. That's fine. And now we can play like Thalia's Lieutenant, but if we draw 1-drop, that's all we can do. Let's see, 2, 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, well, we can't attack this turn. We stall this by 1 with this. Obviously, they have a lot of stuff they can potentially do here. We have a kind of nutty draw. We had a 1, 2, 3, and then double on 4, and then a kill on 5. But I think we're going to get killed on their turn 5. We might die this turn. It's maybe a little difficult with Athalia. Hell yeah, Panic. Let's go, baby. Classic mono green. Doing classic mono green things. No! That's the one thing about this format, man. If I won the die roll, I win easily. Thalia disrupts the Wolf Willow and the Oath and the Kiora. Right? We're just like a little too slow now. Maybe they have no payoff. I guess they have the Storm the Festival in the graveyard, so that's stupid. Cavalier of Thorns has brickwalled my whole squad. I probably will not have enough pressure without the Adeline. They can Storm the Festival from the graveyard now pretty easily. Trivial. Trivial to make 18 mana on turn 5. Trivial. Skyclaves are really good in this matchup. Brutal Cathar is also very good. If we'd drawn Brutal Cathar earlier to take this out, we would have been in great shape. Another Mindstone. Okay. I wonder if this is going to kill Thalia or Lieutenant. Alright, well, assuming they don't hit much good off this Oath. Okay, well, they hit a Nicol Bolas, so... Alright, you win. We get interacted with the whole way. So Skyclave coming in, Atomic coming in. I think you could make a lot of strong arguments to bring in things like Destroy Evil. I like Declaration Stone. I'm not a huge fan of Portable Hole and Destroy Evil. They have uses, but they are awkward. And I don't think we want to cut that many creatures for them. I think maybe we want Portable Hole in the draw. I don't know if we need it on the play. I really don't want to board out all my bodyguards, so maybe I board out Luminarch Aspirant. It's not that I want the bodyguard to protect, it's that I want the bodyguard to attack. Luminarch is okay. Not great. Alright, we'll try this. We'll bring in the 2 Skyclaves, Atomic, and the Deck and Stone, and then on the draw we'll bring in the Portable Holes. Alright, we'll keep this hand. A little awkward with double Mutavault, in case we want to do something later. Let's see. We can't double spell next turn unless we draw white. I'm actually okay with a trade, I think, with Recruitment Officer. That way, if I draw planes, I can play both. Alright, well, since I can't double spell, I'm not going to offer the trade. We're just going to go ahead and battle. And then we can play things that buff this. This is why I've been considering trimming a Mutavault, just for an extra white source. It's harder to triple 1-drop. Alright, Brutal Cathar. Tapped lands. Exactly what we wanted. You cut Thalia in the matchup? I think on the play, Thalia is pretty good at being disruptive. Maybe it's worse on the draw. That's kind of crazy, lol. All right, so just this, I guess. All right, so 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We are short with the Brave the Elements, barely. No Nykthos would be nice, but they can still cast a bunch of shit. They have a lot of elves. No, that's fair. As someone who played a lot of mono green, Thalia, when I'm on the draw, Thalia is very good against mono green when mono green's on the draw. It's a bit worse when they're on the play because they can just spray the board with mana and then just like fight through it pretty easy. So maybe it's you cut Luminarch or something on the play, you keep Thalia, on the draw you keep Luminarch or something. I don't know. Maybe it also depends on how interactive you are. Like your Thalias are much worse when you board in like portables and stuff. But I do think Thalia is very good on the play. But I do feel like it is weaker on the draw. You're right. Well, Panic, you missed the first 5 minutes where he sat there doing nothing. They sighted in Transmogrifying Wands. And they found Cityscape Leveler. So we're in a lot of trouble here. So we need to find a Brutal Cathar or a Skyclave Apparition right now so we can knock this off. Attack them for a bunch. Maybe kill the Karn along the way. Cityscape says destroy, right? Destroy? Okay. What do you do here, chap? I think I slam with everybody. I don't really care about the wand, I think. I want to activate this and find Skyclave, but maybe it's worth to kill this. All right, so they take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down to 4. Maybe I should have sent these too. Did I just lose on accident? If I send both of these, I guess they block this. They're not dead. So I should have sent these though instead of doing this. I missed out on a lot of damage. So I can activate this and kill the Transmogrifying Wands for 5, 6, 7. They're not gonna be able to do this and Cityscape though. I think I'll just chill. We also lose a damage. The elves are gonna chump block forever now, but we just need to find like Brutal Cathar or Skyclave to knock out one of their blockers off of this. I think just sending the Mutavaults was better though. It just puts too much pressure on them. They like have to chump this. They eat the same creature. They chump here instead of trading, and they just take a little more damage. Wonder if they're gonna hit this. It's the biggest, but this is the scariest, I think. All right, so they can activate Transmogrifying Wand on this. We'll activate in response. These are still white though, which is funny. So Brave the Elements still works. All right, so Brave the Elements still beats through that though too. Are you playing in tomorrow's Super Qualifier? And if so, which deck are you planning on using? Rosie, I'm already qualified. Those are huge tournaments that cost a lot to enter and do not offer very good prizes if you're not already qualified. I also have a haircut appointment tomorrow around the time when it starts, so I will not be playing it, unfortunately. And as you can clearly see, I desperately need a haircut. I don't think we can afford to attack. We lose too much, so we'll just activate again. So now they can cast Cityscape Leveler pretty easily off the Mightstone. They can also just cast it off Elves and then turn this into a creature again. You don't do this as a sorcerer, right? Yeah. Okay. I was planning on playing it, and then I realized that my haircut appointment is the same day, so It's a little awkward. We can actually, they're gonna blow up the recruitment officer. This is not the same one, so I can't save it, I don't think. All right, well, let's activate. We just need to draw Brave. All right, we have Brutal Cathar. That can knock off Cityscape. Skyclave can knock out this permanently. This is also a problem, so we need to try to find the kill like next turn. All right, so they have two colorless blockers, so we can still win with a Brave. But we need Brave. There we did. We did it. All right, so we go 1, 2, 3, Brutal. Pro green. All right. Let's try siding out the Thalias on the draw. We'll bring in some portable holes, and I don't think Luminarch Aspirant's that good on the draw either, though. That's the thing. So maybe it's just one drops removal. Maybe we just do one to destroy evil. Toughness 4 or greater. I mean, that kills a lot of stuff. We just need to kill their blockers so we can attack. So we're like cutting a bunch of creatures, though. So like this is gonna happen a lot. Okay, well now we're just getting fucked by the algorithm. All right, so we can put back this. Maybe Adeline is worse than Skyclave, though. Just for this specific instance. Always with the turn 1 elf, my friend. What's it feel like? All right, well, we did find the white source for the Skyclave. We'll play turn 2 Thalias, turn 3 either Brutal or Apparition, depending on what makes the most sense. You say that in Volcanius like I don't play the deck a ton. Jaeger, dude. Oh yeah, Cygnus. I'm enjoying it too so far. It's tough playing against mono green. It's like really scary at all times, but hey. All right, I kind of want to just Skyclave the Kiora, and then we can Brutal like a 5-drop or whatever. Might have should offer the trade, but I'm gonna make it a 3/3 next turn, so I didn't really want to. That's interesting, Volcanius. I think the deck would be 1,000 times worse. All right, see what they go get. Maybe Sky Sovereign. Yeah. All right, so we can Brutal Cathar and Elf, and we can attack the Karn a bunch. Okay, let's maybe save the Brutal Cathar then, so we don't get hosed. We'll just go Karn both. So now if they Sky Sovereign, they get this token. We can maybe just Brutal Cathar the token and then attack with everybody, and then Sky Sovereign just trades with either Thalia or the Adeline, and then they just take a shitload. We can also just use this to kill this if they... But so I guess that means they'll probably kill this, the Hopeful Initiate. Yeah. Okay, so now they actually can't crew, so we can just Brutal and attack, or we can activate other stuff. All right, so we'll just maybe protect Adeline. We'll hit an elf for tempo. This is going to put them really far behind. Easy. All right, I got to give Jaeger pets, chat. Whenever we win, we got to give Jaeger pets if he's here. All right, so this opener is okay. We're getting screwed by the castle again. Castle and Iganjo do not work well together and regularly cause problems. We are on the play. The play is likely castle on 1. And this is mostly because I want to guarantee a 2-drop on 2, and bodyguard on 1 not protecting anything kind of stinks. Hey, stop messing with that. All right, so now I guess we Luminarch since they showed us planes. We just want to grow. Skyclave should be good here. Oh, they're angels. Okay, so we can get aggro. So we can go Lieutenant, buff itself, attack for 4. I think I'm going to buff the Lieutenant over the bodyguard. All right, so Aspirin attacks. Jaeger, stop. You're not allowed to do this. Stop. How many Power Leagues you playing today? At least 2. All right, so Youthful Valkyrie with no follow-up is Jeej. All right, let's go kill the Youthful Valkyrie. We'll put a counter on this so we can attack with everybody safely. They'll block here. They'll take 6. All right, no land for them. GG. All right, so I don't think Portable Hole is that good in the matchup. They have some 2s that are annoying. I think Deccanzone and Skyclave are great. It's really, Destroy Evil is pretty good. So these 5 can come in. And then this is not a Thalia matchup. Even though they have Coco and Kayla's, they're just almost all creatures. So we'll trim Thalia. And maybe a Brave. Brave's a good way to bust through damage, though. And protect our stuff. But I think we can go down to 3. Hole's good? Maybe. I mean, it's only good against the 1/4 and Youthful Valkyrie. Everything else is like a 3-drop. But maybe you're right. They have holes too. That's a good point. White always bringing in holes against you means that like having holes is probably never bad. That's good. Good call. All right, we have a pretty good opener. Let's hope we draw another white source for Adeline. All right, we'll go Lieutenant, attack for 3. That's right, Fleece. All right, Skyclave me? No, Skyclave you. Y'all probably don't got this one on your hit list, right? All right, no Coco. Dang it. The 4th land almost always means Coco. They have so many with Kayla's, right? All right, they found Bishop Valkyrie, so nothing is super scary just yet. This can keep attacking as well. We have Destroy Evil for this or this. I would love to draw land. Love to draw land. Wrong land. All right. All right, we're going to Brutal Cathar the Bishop. This is going to keep them from being able to gain a ton of life. We can attack with this pretty safely. They're not going to block. They'll take 4. This can offer the trade for the Skyclave if they like. I would not hate it. Giada. All right, no Coco this turn, but the Nykthos is kind of scary. They could have activated Nykthos for mana and didn't. I don't know what that means. Gain some life, gain some life. Giada, gain some life, gain some life. All right, so we can use Destroy Evil to kill this one, or we can ignore. I will get our lieutenant up. We'll attack. We'll offer the trade with some stuff if they want to do some double blocks. We have a Destroy Evil that we can use to kill the Valkyrie, which I will be doing. Better to make a knight. I can't attack with this if I make a knight, but maybe you're right. All right, well, they're going to go for Nykthos Kalas, so we're just getting fucking destroyed here. Or not. Okay. All right, so they're going to get back their bishop in response to whatever this is. Okay, I can kill the bishop. God damn, another Skyclave. This is just rough. Maybe we have to actually kill the Valkyrie because we're so low on life. They're low on life too. They might die if they send everybody and we kill one. Skyclave Cleric. Does this one doesn't even fly. It says sky on it, right? Lol. Alright, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can kill this, they get a 1/1 though. I guess we just try to put 8 power on the board and then go for a Brave. I think we're gonna die before then though. We're gonna go to 6. If they just swing with everything next turn, we're dead. Alright. They just went too wide. Three Skyclaves is too much. Too much. Alright. Maybe I'll bring back the Brave. I feel like we're just gonna hit each other a bunch with those Skyclaves, and Brave is just not very good against that shit. We'll just leave it as is. I just want 2 lands in my opener is all. Is that too much to ask, game? Brave's the best way of winning. I think taking out their creatures and attacking them is a great way of winning. After sideboard especially, they get way more interactive. Brave is much worse against things like Skyclave. It's good for attacking through, but those are usually when you're either at parity or ahead, and you can usually squeak ways, especially if you're more interactive. No, but they're way more interactive than mono green. It's not the same. They have a lot of ETB, exile your shit cards. Mono green is only board presence as their only defense. It's not exactly the same. It is similar, but it's not the same. So this does not have lifelink, but it's not worth attacking anyway. What's Tomic for? A lot of decks have things that target lands like Chain to the Rocks or Wolfwell Haven or Lotus Field. It's for those matchups, basically. I still have 3 Brave. I just think playing 4 is just not it. Like, if our hand has 2 Brave in our opener, like, we're just dead, right? Brave doesn't punch through 1,000 damage either. Like, we just have to have ways to kill these creatures. Like, we're just dead to Coco here off of this gaining too much life. Maybe we should have saved Skyclave for these. I mean, no matter what we target, we're still dead. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. You just need something to take out that 2/4 before the Coco. But maybe I should just leave the 1/3 instead of Skyclaving it. It's not very scary. So it's a lot about positioning yourself to be able to attack, and the Brave Elements are like a backup. But maybe having the portable holes after sideboard is worthwhile. But I think trimming a Brave Elements is okay against most decks, except when you just need it for protection. It's like an insane game 1 card. After sideboard, every single deck has like, except for Mono Green Devotion, basically, and maybe Lotus Field, almost every deck has like 4 to 6 1-mana interactive pieces, and it just makes your shit so much worse. All right, let's play Thalia and maybe disrupt them a little. Yeah, but protecting your guy against a Skyclave Apparition is completely benign. Right? Like, it's a losing proposition. For mainly aggressive meta Kiki, I would recommend a Sylvan Caryatid, a land, and a Love Struck Beast. I would play a 20-second land and a Sylvan Caryatid. I think the list everyone's playing are just too few mana sources is all. All right, well, they're doing that now, so now we just get to Adeline the absolute piss out of them. So we will. I wonder what the 2-mana thing they were trying to play was. I also kind of want to cut this for just another 2-1. I feel like I'm not training enough with this card, and I'm not activating it to blow shit up enough. But I feel like if it were just a Soldier of the Pantheon or Kithian or whatever, it would just be attacking for more damage more aggressively. Like, I like this card. It just feels like it's a little out of pocket. All right, do I want to play her on a sweeper at all? Not really. Jesus Christ. All right, so Luminarch. We'll protect Luminarch. I'm going to put a counter on the human token. We could have played Mutavault there. I really wanted to be able to hold up Brave for protective. I feel like they're just going to play some creatures, though, so maybe it was better to just get Mutavault down. It's okay to be off topic if we're just talking about Pioneer, buddy. That's what I'm here for. Omnath, a classic strategy. How can anyone ever beat this card, you know? Alright, so now I'll put a counter on Brutal so it can't get stomped, I guess? Or do I get another damage? What do you think, chat? I think I'm going to target Luminarch just to get in more damage. I don't want to target the human again because I don't care about saving it. And I only did it last turn to get in some extra damage. And if they go for a stomp on this, that's like actively good for me because I have the thing for it. Yeah, exactly. So now if they play Bone Man, we have 8, 9. We're not quite lethal, which sucks. All right, so Thalia's Lieutenant's lethal. That should be lethal-ish. All right, so now we'll just activate this, attack with everybody. We'll put a counter on the Brutal Cathar so they can't get stuff back. So they'll trade with Luminarch. So this is starting lethal, so they'll block here. And then they'll, if they have a removal spell, they'll kill Brutal, draw a card, maybe gain some life, and then we can maybe kill them with Brave. Well, Shafet costs one more to, or it costs this much to activate, and we were one off of being able to do that and Brave. This is a very expensive thing to activate. I actually don't even know this deck should be playing more than one of these, if I'm being honest. It's like occasionally good, because it can just force bad blocks in creature matchups. But it's like so lackluster compared to like Raminap. Even the black one's like really good, just because it can kill a thing. K-Tech, I haven't, but I feel like the reason to do that would just be to, you should just be playing Angels, because you're just going a little bit bigger anyway, right? But maybe, I don't know. Maybe you just go a bit bigger, like a bit bigger humans. All right, do we want Destroy Evil for the enchantments? I assume so. All right, so all cards, these are all ones that can be considered, maybe even Deck and Stone. So these are all potential. I don't love Brutal Cathar. I feel like they just have a bunch of kill spells for it. It's not that easy to protect. They have a bunch of different color creatures and probably a bunch of sweepers like temporary lockdown, so maybe Brave the Element sucks too. I mean, in that, even that game, like, it just was okay, not great. I cut Brave way more than most people do, though. So if you want to leave it, that's fine. Well, Cygnus, most of those builds play like a ton of dual lands that can't tap for white, so. Yeah, you have strong threes with a bunch of enters the battlefield. So, like, if you played it with, like, Reflector Mages and stuff, that'd be cool. You could build, like, a White Winnie human build that just plays Kayla's. But the problem is that it costs 5, right? Yeah, 4 mana for that card is too much. But 5 mana is perfect. And 5 is a lot for, like, this deck, but it's not a lot for, like, maybe a different build, right? You could play frickin' Borderland Ranger or whatever type stuff. Like, you know, cards that go get lands or whatever that are humans, or the draw card. You know, there's things you can play the draw card. Maybe if you get a combo finish, yeah. I mean, just playing it for like X equals 3 is crazy. You can get like, you know, Reflector Mage double Mana Strider or whatever. Like Jeskai Human Reconstruction. If you want to play that with, you can play Kayla's Reconstruction actually with the 3 mana artifact that has the Monument, right? Monument's so sick with it. Well, if they got Stomp, they should do it now. If they don't have Stomp. All right, well, let's go for a target this and see what they do. Oh, wow, it just happens. All right, let's Wedding. And now we'll probably get Lockdown this turn. They didn't want to do it last turn, but they'll probably do it to take care of these. We'll use the Wedding announcements to fuel some stuff. And then once they temporary lockdown us, we'll just blow it up with Destroy Evil. Yeah, almost 100%. Well, Kiki Jones, the only reason that deck was even viable in the first place was because of what you calls it. They didn't do anything. Holy shit. I do want to I want to make a token here instead of drawing a card. I'm gonna Skyclave the fires though. Copter, yeah. Copter was the only thing holding that deck together. Like, it basically like Copter like lets you play every creature out of your graveyard. Skill fires and pass. Yeah. I'm gonna do it with Skyclave though, because it doesn't get hit by lockdown. If we get hit by Verdict, they don't even get the fires back, so that's fine. But now we'll just play another Wedding and just kind of ride those to victory. Thought Gix would make it viable. I did too. Gix just didn't ever play out how it felt like it should play out. Maybe I should have drawn a card. Just because of Verdict over Lockdown. Alright, so we are going to flip. Yeah, I think Destroy Evil is potentially main deckable. It's very good. It just has a lot of modes. Like, modal spells that have 2 good modes are just playable. You know, they're just good cards. Here comes a lockdown. Tempo lockdown in this spot's not that big a deal. Oh, it's a Karuga buy. That's fine too. All around. I will draw a card. They're at 3. They're dead to the Mutavault even if they play Sweeper. So they need Sweeper plus. Leyline Binding. What you targeting? It's probably a wedding announcement, and then they're gonna... Okay. Well, Karuga's nothing. Fire's nothing. Temporary lockdown's nothing. They're not leaving up in a white for binding if they're playing Karuga. I don't know what the 1-mana card is going to be. My guess is it's nothing and they're dead. What are the good matchups for Gruul Boat? Supposedly it's good against Rakdos, but I don't know that I agree. All right. 2-1. Only loss so far was to what? Angels? Seems like not the best matchup. All right. Well, not the best opener, but we're going to keep. We're on the draw. Playing as Lixo, old school MTGO grinder. Been a minute since I've seen Lixo. What second deck are you playing it? If you are, have seen that blue-black control list and see if you've been working on based off the Chili list. I've played a blue-black control list that people said was similar to Gabe's. This was weeks ago, though. My second league will very likely be mono white again. I just want to do some testing with the list and figure out my sideboard plans for some of the matchups. Usually that's my goal whenever I'm going to write about a deck. End of your turn. Thanks for 2 months. Says happy holidays, Tandy. Happy holidays to you too. I'll probably reach out to a friend of mine as well and see if they want to critique any of my choices. It's always good to get a second opinion on sideboarding. Like I think that I think about sideboarding and I think about Magic a little bit differently than some people. I like to think about it from both sides and see. Zooming out is like a big deal for me when it comes to determining card quality or card viability in some matchups. I think my choices are often thought to be worse than conventional. But I just like to push the boundaries. I like to test stuff out, you know. All right, we'll attack for 2. No follow-up, though. It's kind of annoying. Looks like we're playing against Lotus Field, too, so I wish I had kept a better hand. Highly recommend rental service. Mana Traders is our affiliate. They can give you a 10% discount if you use our code. You also don't need to highlight your message in your turn. I'm pretty good about reading chat. I like Recruitment Officer a lot too, Colin. I've activated multiple times this league, and like I haven't seen Dauntless Bodyguard protect anything yet, you know. All right, we'll get in there, Resplendent. Get in there, start jamming. They're not dead next turn, but they're dead the turn after. We're likely 1 turn too slow because we're on the draw again. They mulled to 5 though, so they might not have it. But yeah, I use mana traders every day. Whenever you see me play a deck for the last 5 years or whatever, it's been mana traders. I used mana traders before I was affiliated with them, and I reached out to them for affiliate status because I use them all the time and I streamed. They gladly accepted. Missing turn 2's rough. Yes, I agree. I just didn't know the matchup, but you could make an argument to mulligan this hand, I think. What do you think of new Kaito? I love the design. I like the raccoon. The little red panda guy. I think those guys are sweet. The card itself is okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Planeswalker be doing Planeswalker things. I actually think old Kaito's extremely good, and it was weird to me that it didn't see more play. Yeah, exactly. Even another one drop would be good sickness because I had the Mutavault. But now we're just in the bad. We're just gonna be short, like fucking 2 damage short or whatever. Oh, it's enough! I didn't even count. I just assumed I was short. That's so sick. We'll bring in Atomic. God, we have so many dead cards in the matchup. That's so sick. That was like the only card I could draw to win too, I think. Yeah, Adeline is fucking crazy. The fact that this card it just exists as is crazy. Like, people don't understand that they have pushed every creature design in the last 5 years, and because of that, it's like every single deck contains a smoking gun. Brave and Brutal maybe come out. I can't really get stuff in. Wedding? I think I just need creatures. I think I just leave these in. I don't think Brave does anything. I think if they have anything after sideboard, it'll be Path of Peril. Almost everyone plays Path of Peril now. Yeah. Cathars at least can flip if they don't cast a spell. Rip can shut down Leer plan. Yeah, but I would rather play any creature than Leer. I'd literally rather have any creature than Rest in Peace. I would literally rather have any creature in play than Rest in Peace in play. Elder Gargoth post board? Well, we got an answer for it. Wow. We have the Atomic, so I'm going to keep. We're going to lead with Shafet, I think, so we can play our 1-drops. And then hopefully we draw an untapped land naturally, but if we don't, that's fine. I think missing out on the couple 1-drops is not good. And Atomic you don't really need until like turn 3 anyway. But maybe I need it on turn 2 on the play to stop the copy. Stopping the copy is a big deal. Yeah, so like they might even cut Lear if they think I'm bringing Rest in Peace, right? I just think any threat is better. I just don't think that that's what the game boils down to. Lear is like an auxiliary plan if your opponent interacts with you a bunch. It just is a 5-mana draw 10. All right, well, now I don't know what to do. Now I kind of want to Thalia. Now I want to Thalia. Would you Thalia? I want to guarantee a Thalia on 2. If they put a Lotus Field into play this turn, I might Atomic instead. Like if they go Grazer, Lotus Field, I think I'll play Atomic instead. Yeah, I really oh wow, they didn't have the Lotus Field yet either. Okay, so now I Thalia. I'm just really not a big fan of playing a bunch of lands that enter tap sometimes. The Castle Ardenvale, we only have the one, but I keep drawing it and it keeps fucking me. And I talked to Jesse about it. I think the Castle Ardenvale would just be better as another Chef at Dunes. I just don't play enough games where activating the Castle Ardenvale matters. Like, obviously, it can matter in really long games. Yeah, it's very good after. Maybe we can board it as another land though, right? All right, so we're gonna play Atomic and Dauntless Bodyguard to protect it. Kiki, we have it filtered out so it doesn't show up on YouTube. If you go back and watch my YouTube videos, there's never any music. The VODs never have any music. I guess the question now is, do I go for Brutal on this next turn, or do I just go Lieutenant Bodyguard? I think Lieutenant and Bodyguard protect Thalia is good. I have 9 ball. They can't untap the Lotus Field. They if they play a sweeper of any kind, we can protect 2 creatures. And they're the 2 most important. They're these 2. They can untap with Pour. Yeah, but Pour is mana net neutral if they don't have a second Lotus Field. Or mana negative, rather. Alright, here we go. Opener is Baller, and we're on the play. I do like the second Aganja. I think the second Aganja is cracked. All right, sounds good, Cygnus. I appreciate you, fam. I might reach out to you anyway. Are you in Discord? Are you on our Discord? Playing against Mono Spirits. We'll target this one. You don't really want to target this one too often, but if I draw a 1-drop next turn, I can play Luminarch 2 and a 1-drop. But I can also just play Adeline. It's probably better. Here's Obsession. I'll race. You want to race? I race. Alright, well, they're going to draw 2 cards and then die to Adeline, unless they tap and kill it a bunch. I wish Agandro just killed a tapped creature. That'd be sweet. That's pretty good. I think getting the Adeline down here is way better, though. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna take a damage. It's might really come back to bite me. I really hope it doesn't. If I had put 2 counters on this, they'd both be growing right now. Just want to point that out. I would miss 1 damage, but I would make it up this turn. I was not expecting for the double Curious Obsession draw from them. As long as they can just use their mana, we're in trouble. I might actually activate the Mute Wall next turn to get an extra damage. They're likely going to play, yeah, all they're going to do is tap Adeline. They're going to take ass load of damage. We'll take 4. The next turn, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8, 9, 10. So we're short of getting lethal next turn by 1 Lord. 2 Lords is lethal. We have the Aganjo that we can use, maybe. We can go Bodyguard, protect Adeline, and then Aganjo only costs 2 to kill this. They didn't draw. Let's see. They already played a line. Excuse me. Brave on blue. So if we Ganjo, we activate Mutavault, and then we play a 1-drop. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So we go for it. So bodyguard will protect Adeline, and we'll brave and blue in response to the tap. This should be lethal. Oh, they can sack this, but that's fine, right? They're just decimating their board to not die. So right now, if they tap this, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, they could have sacked this to not be dead, but now they're dead. All right, looking pretty good. Bringing the Skyclaves. The Atomic's not bad just because it flies. I'll consider it. Destroy Evil's only good if we're really far behind. I'll bring in Portable and Deckenstone. So these can come in. The Thalia Guardians are pretty weak. The Brutals are good. Adelines are good. All the hyper aggressive shit's good. Brave the Elements is pretty bad. They don't really target our stuff very much. We'll leave in 1. Maybe we cut 1 for Destroy Evil. All right, we got to mulligan this one. I think Adeline is maybe next to potentially go in the matchup because it gets stifled. I'm going to put back Lieutenant, or maybe the Adeline. I think I'm going to put back Adeline. We just want to be interactive. You only did 2,000? Okay, okay. Somebody did like 40K or whatever, dude. All right, recruitment. All right, Spectre Seller's fine. We'll just, if they go for the Curse Obsession stuff, we just got to race. Like, we'll try to Brutal Cathar them in a clean spot, right? If they can't protect or whatever. All right, well, this is the dream. We can easily lose games like this on the draw. I mean, we're not really interacting. And if we don't draw a land, we're in big trouble. Isolate Snare on that. Okay, well, that's a very bad sign because it probably means they have another way to protect. So even something like Skyclaver or Brutal is not going to be enough, even if I draw the land. And they get an extra card off of it. One of my favorite basic arts in paper? It's waffles from time to time. I'm a big fan of Original Unhinged and Original Unglued. Those were very good to me when I was younger. This is the first one of blue I played against. Try for a Brutal Cathar. Something about the back is such doo-doo. Cards. I fucking hate phasing, man. It's just so silly. Let's make phasing a thing. When do you decide if it's Cathar or Apparition? It's Brutal when they're gonna protect it. It's Skyclave when they're not gonna protect it. Right? I think it's like Skyclave last most of the time. And depending on the matchup. In this matchup, I think it's Brutal first because they're just likely to play this shit. But maybe that makes Skyclave better. But I also want to punish them for not playing stuff, right? If they want to activate this and block, I'm fine with that. I'll bust this up. Just means the shields are left down for half a turn. So now if they counterspell, they can't play another thing, or else I get to flip this. Unfortunately, we cannot double spell ourselves. Target the Spectral Sailor. Wow, it just worked. That's crazy. Did not expect that to work. If they play 2 spells EOT, we're in great shape. They have nothing? How do they have nothing? I have no clue how they have nothing. That's so wild. Witness protection, legitimate business person. Got me. That's not even good. I don't think I would bring in witness protection in the matchup. Maybe their hand was all witness protection. All right, well, choose prediction outcome. Choose outcome. Yeah. Yeah, 4 not too shabby. Let's see, 8, 10, 10-5 on the day. 10-5 on the day. We had 3 losses and 1, and then 1 and 1. So not the best showing, but 10-5 is still reasonable. This build, I think, is pretty solid. If you're a fan of aggressive strategies and you want to play some Pioneer or some Explorer, I think this is a great deck for you. I'm not quite sure what's missing in Explorer. I think that they've been adding some stuff, like, I don't know if Thales Lieutenant's there or not, but if it is, it's great. Thalia Garden of Thraben's excellent and was reprinted. Aspirant's legal. Not sure if Brave's legal. I don't think so. Brave is like kind of on the downswing anyway, so nothing's missing. That's fucking sick. Awesome. Okay, so that's gonna do it for the stream today. I know that many of you just got here, but I usually call it quits at 5 o'clock to go hang out with the wife and do things. Let's see who is streaming, and we'll see if we can rate somebody fun, yeah? Should you add more extraction specialists? Well, I got 2 main and 2 board, and I had all 4 in my deck after sideboard there. I think that's enough. Nice, y'all got Mutavault and Brave the Elements. That's sick. That's so cool. I'll be really excited whenever Explorer basically becomes Pioneer, because I love Pioneer. It's a cool format.